Hello everybody, it's Claire here from My Creative Spirit with a project that I made for this year's Graphic 45 design team entry. There are pictures of it on the blog, but I thought I'd share with you the whole project and how I put it together. I've used the Magic of Oz papers from Graphic 45, this lovely collection that tells the story of Dorothy as she goes and meets the friends down the yellow brick road, and I've used 8x8 and 12x12 papers along with the or some of the stamps, lovely stamps that came with this collection. And to make the actual project itself, I used one of the templates from Sandra, that's at the House of Sandra, and this is what inspired me to make this book gift box. I'll put the link to Sandra's site at the bottom of the description on the video if you want to go off and have a look at her templates. They are fabulous. So the whole thing is made out of card at the back, let's just turn it over, and chipboard. So I made a chipboard cover and made it like a book cover. It doesn't actually fold up, but that just keeps it sturdy, and covered it in the lovely heart papers. And then I put a ribbon, should come out, down the centre to act as the bookmark. And then the boxes actually lift off, so I'll lift them off in a minute, but the two fronts do lift off, and then you've got a window on this side of the box to put whatever you want to create in it. So what I did was make a three-dimensional scene, building up with all the different characters. I've got the straw man and the tin man and the lion, or the scarecrow, I should call him, and Dorothy as well. And then there's some text from the book. I did actually use the book itself and cut out 3 pages, so there is one right at the very back, so there is some text there, and then built up the layers so that you can see all of the characters really clearly, and then put some flowers on the front and some adverts in there as well. So there's quite a lot going on. If I turn it, you can perhaps see it is the depth of the box, which is about 1.5 inches. And most of those images were cut from the 12x12 papers. They're a really good size to cut images out from. And then we've got the wizard himself in his balloon, and the witch, and the Emerald City. And anything else? Oh, there's some flying monkeys back here, but I don't think you can perhaps see them. And then we've got the Wicked Witch of the West's compass down there on one of the cards. And then on this side, so that side I've actually stuck down, that doesn't lift up, so that's just a scene. And then on this side I took 3 pages from the book, mounted them on black card, and stuck the first straight onto the box, and then curled the pages over on card so it looks like it's been read. Perhaps I took 1, 2, 3, I took 5 actually, and put pages on the back of the card, the black card here that I've curled over, so it actually looks like a book. And then I just took the banner off the front of the 8x8 sheet and raised it up as the title of the book. And then this side lifts off, so you can see it's just a square black card box front, and then inside I've made one of my zigzag albums. I really like making these. Let's move that out of the way. Really, really colourful. Take the ribbon off, and it tells the story of Dorothy as she meets everybody through the story. So it starts off with Dorothy herself and all of her friends here on a tag, and then I've stamped that. It says "There's no place like home." Put some ruby slippers on the background papers there. Slide her in. I've also picked out all of the words from the paper as I've worked through the book as well, so it tells a story along the bottom. There's a little card just poked in there. Will it come out? Yeah. And then flipping over, we've got the Munchkins. So it says the Munchkins down here. And I've used the cards. I love the cards in this collection. And then there's a couple of tags. One that says Oz, just plain on the back. And then one with coordinating paper. And I've stamped Magic of Oz on the back of that one. I've used the advert sheets as the top of the backing papers in the album as well. And then the ribbons, seam binding, just dyed with all of the distress inks. So here's Zelda. I've blinged up her wings a little bit. I've used one of the Graphic 45 Staples packaging backings here, and then just put a place for journaling on the back. Just slides in there, and along the bottom it says the Good Witch of the North, which she was, and then it flips over and Dorothy meets the Tin Man. So I've got him there on his card, and it says, "Do you suppose Oz could give me a heart?" at the bottom, and then there's a nice tag for a photo and room for journaling on the back of that one. Slides under, and then the Scarecrow, and across the bottom it says, "Do you suppose Oz could give me a brain?" So again, nice size tag there for a photo and a journaling spot on the back. I don't know if you can see the stamping on it. And then the background paper has got the lion on, so that one slides down, and then it flips over and we've got the lion himself. And of course at the bottom it says, "Do you suppose Oz could give me courage?" And then there's a nice long tag in here, so room for a couple of photos or a long photograph, and then some stamping on the back of that one. I've cut him out from the 12 by 12 papers, and then the cards are all from the 12 by 12 papers. And then it opens out this way. And we've got the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, running along with his suitcase. And I've used some of the poisonous poppies on there as well. Nice green tag and Oz on the back. And the Wizard himself here as well, and the Emerald City. And the Witch. I love the purples of the Witch. And it says, "The Wicked Witch of the West." The tag should come out. Here she is, squashed under the tree, the house. Lovely stocking sticking out, and she's stamped on the back. All the stamping I did with the coffee archival ink. I've layered up this pocket with lots of little elements. So there's her stockings, there's a green compass underneath, a larger purple compass and the smaller purple compass. And then of course the witch on the card, and that's it. And then we're back to the beginning of the album. So let's fold it all up and put it back in its box. Pop the lid on. And that's it. My box, or book gift box. I also made a stand for it. Here's the stand, just out of some chipboard. I cut it, scored one side so that it folds, and shaped it, and it does actually stand up on the stand as well. So if you wanted to have that standing up in a room, you can. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that walkthrough. Thanks ever such a lot for watching, and I'll be back soon with some more creative crafts.